Hey everybody, welcome to Extreme Close-Up. I'm Tina Malave, and this is our half-hour look at Mexican singing sensation Paulina Rubio. We're here at Sam Goody in Universal City, California, where Paulina recently made an in-store appearance.
Paulina, 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 Paulina.
Paulina Rubio is a multi-platinum selling artist in the Latin world, but she wants more and is hoping her new crossover album Border Girl will help her reach a whole new audience.
I wanted to connect with different people in my point of view, in my message.
And she's doing just that with her highly anticipated new CD.
Border Girl is an album about different types of music and showing that in your music you don't have any rules.
And it's a project that has been close to her heart for a number of years.
Well, first we start from scratch in a workshop in New York, and I did this album in different phases because I was touring Europe at the same time with concerts and all that.
For Paulina, who has been performing since a very early age, an English album was the next logical step in her career.
English, it's a universal language, so my whole idea of making a new album in a different language is to connect with more people from all over the planet.
But that doesn't mean she's turned her back on her die-hard fans.
We have 13 songs in English and 4 singles, the same ones in Spanish. The music that I'm doing right now is with no borders, and I'm boarding or crossing the border with my music right now.
And that seems to suit her audience just fine.
I'm really glad she's making the crossover. I've heard a lot of people say that, you know, she's disowning her fans because she's singing in English or whatever, but as an artist, I think she should be able to sing in Chinese, Japanese, Korean, whatever she wants to sing in. It's an artist's decision, and I think it's a great decision for her to go worldwide and conquer all these people that she hasn't been able to touch.
Hundreds of those fans were elated at the sight of their favorite blonde, dressed in red leather, making her entrance on a motorcycle, just like in her recently released video.
And like they say in Mexico, we are her fans, we are her público, and she's always going to be there for us.
Border Girl is a project that was 2 years in the making.
You say that word, my heart won't survive.
And Paulina Rubio wanted to make sure that the CD was a reflection of her eclectic musical taste.
I choose different producers so we can have different colors and different feelings and atmospheres in the whole album. So I choose different sounds and different arrangements, and I did also a duet with Pretty Willie in one of my favorite songs named Stereo. That is a minimalistic song with not too much instruments and a lot of different harmonies.
For the songstress, Border Girl was just an extension of a singing career that has kept her at the forefront of Latin pop charts for almost 20 years.
For me, it's very important to make a new album totally different, in different languages. I speak 4 languages, and for me to speak English, it's how I connect with other parts of the world, like Asia and like Australia and like other little places where my music now it's exploding, and I'm very glad for me, for everyone, to this happen.
Don't Say Goodbye is the first single and first video release from the album.
The new video is great because it's inspired of a Japanese cartoon named Akira, that it's a warrior in her motorcycle. It's a lot of action, a lot of fun, the best song, and great rhythm. Animation video clip is great because it's the moment to do it. It's hot to do it right now. I love the action scenes. You will see a lot of action scenes. We have dance scenes too, so you will feel for sure the message and you will feel the rhythm of the song.
The result is a video that Paulina hopes will please her old fans and intrigue new ones.
No one has touched me the way that you do. Wherever I go, I know that the road will lead back to you. Don't say goodbye.
The new CD plays up Paulina's glamorous image.
You can see me as you want, but I have my message and my soul and all the secrets inside me. So it's not just about a sex symbol. It's more of a passion girl that I know exactly how I want things going, and you know, I'm very independent.
Paulina Rubio is used to being recognized for her beauty as well as her musical talent. She's graced numerous magazine covers and been voted by People in Espanol as one of the Latin world's 25 most beautiful women.
I am more than a pretty face. I produced my last album, and the message of my music is so fresh. I'm talking about my own things, my ideas, and I can express very, very well with music, I think.
Paulina's been expressing herself through music for most of her life. While all of her girlfriends were out playing with dolls, she was working in the recording studio. When Extreme Close-Up returns, Paulina talks about her musical roots.
I released my first album in 1982.
And later, Paulina Rubio comes clean.
All my songs are biographic.
Domingo 15 de septiembre.
Welcome back to Extreme Close-Up and our half-hour look at Paulina Rubio. I'm Tina Malavey. Now, Paulina Rubio may not be a household name to American audiences, but she's been an icon in her native Mexico for years. After all, this is a performer who's been singing since a very early age.
Una, dos, tres.
I started singing when I was very little, and the only way that I found to express that it was the music.
Paulina began her musical journey by enrolling in a prestigious performing arts school in her hometown of Mexico City. That step led to her being chosen as part of a popular children's musical group.
I've been performing for the last 2 decades. My first album release was in 1982 when I was like 6 years old, and I was in a teen band named Timbiriche.
As part of Timbiriche, Paulina became an idol, growing up in front of millions of fans who emulated the band's every step.
It was like Menudo, you know, where Ricky grew up. There was a group of girls and boys that was Timbiriche, and there was Menudo, that it was just guys. And we were always competing and making fun of each other.
During its decade-long heyday, Timbiriche sold over 17 million records, and Paulina quickly learned how to live her life in the public eye.
I managed very well the press and the pressure of work and the updates and everything. The most important thing for me is to have the balance inside me and to reflect that with a lot of force.
That maturity also came by way of her mother. Susana Dos Amantes is a celebrated Mexican actress. During her heyday in the 70s and 80s, she starred in more than 130 films and TV novellas.
My mom, she's one of my best friends, and I admire her a lot, and I think all the inspiration came from growing up behind a film camera and traveling with her around and growing up without the border of the languages, you know.
That sentiment was echoed by her mother, who often travels with her daughter on tour. And at the ripe old age of 18, Paulina decided to strike out on her own and leave her Timbiriche teammates behind.
It was tough to make the decision and to leave them because they're my best friends, and to be alone in a stage, it was at the beginning very weird because I miss them so much.
With her newfound freedom, Paulina even tried her hand at acting. She co-starred in 3 Mexican soap operas and even worked on a film, but discovered that her heart was really in her music.
I wanted to connect with different people in my point of view, in my message, in the lyrics that I'm writing. Actually, I'm writing some lyrics very feministic, very strong as Mexican women, and I love to have something in common with all the people that knows me.
Paulina Rubio's first solo album, La Chica Dorada, The Golden Girl, went platinum and spawned 3 #1 singles.
Well, I love music. Music is my world, my life, and it's very important for me, each album doing different things and dancing and singing much better, having a lot of lessons, piano lessons, guitar, voice, different kind of things.
By the time her fourth album, Planet Paulina, was released in 1996, the artist was already taking more control of her music and her sound.
This is my first album that I produce, and I also write my own music, my own songs. So the concept is space, 70s dance.
And her legions of fans have been with her all the way. Her last album, released in 2001, sold over 3 million copies and earned her numerous awards. When Extreme Close-Up returns, Paulina Rubio wants to inspire her fans.
We need to be focused and we need to believe in our dreams.
And later, Paulina Rubio's feminist message.
The message of my music is for power, for strong girls, a strong woman.
Welcome back to Extreme Close-Up and our half-hour look at Paulina Rubio. I'm Tina Malave, and we're coming to you from Sam Goody Music in Universal City, California, where Paulina Rubio had her fans screaming for more during her recent visit.
She's unique, she's just real.
I think they realize how I am right now, and they knew that my next step was to do an album about different things and about different cultures and to mix them. Also, I think it's important to tell you that DJs, for me and for all of us, they're new musicians, and it was totally different before. Now we have a lot of influences in different many meanings in the clubs and in the radio stations.
Paulina Rubio is crazy about her fans.
I love to interact the vibe and the energy with the people.
Wherever I go, I'll keep my memories of you inside. Don't turn away. It doesn't have to end today.
And they are crazy about her in any language.
I've been a fan of her since La Chica Dorada. I just love her music, and I'm glad she finally came out with an English CD.
And they are supporting the release of Border Girl.
I want to celebrate Paulina with her new album because I love her and she's a great singer, and I just want to congratulate her on her success and on her beautiful lyrics, and I've just been following her throughout her career ever since she was small in Timbiriche, and I think that she's a great artist.
During her in-store visit, Paulina Rubio listened attentively to her fans and signed autographs.
The CD has 16 tracks, 5 of them are still in Spanish, the rest are in English, and most of us that live here, we speak both languages, so why should she lose anybody?
I think she's doing the right way, bringing to everybody what they want. It's gorgeous.
And so, to please everyone, Paulina is even including some of her earlier Spanish language songs, translated exclusively for this album.
Mira que bien se nos da eso de estar juntos los dos. Esto de planear futuro siempre acompaña.
I just want to have liberty of expression in my music and to be able to do whatever I feel with music, because you don't have any rules in music. You can do whatever you feel, and that's the most important thing in the world for me.
But most of all, she has a message for her fans.
We need to be focused and we need to believe in our dreams, because dreams come true.
And for Paulina, her dreams come true when she's performing for her fans.
I prefer the concerts because I believe that in stage you can do whatever you wanted to do, but I love to have the contact with my fans and to be able to respond to some questions instead of just the gossip and all that.
I couldn't agree more, but at least this diva seems to have a help about what's written about her. Don't go away. When Extreme Close-Up returns, Paulina Rubio finds inspiration.
I'm a rock girl, actually.
Aquí Billy Mays con Orange Glow.
Welcome back to Extreme Close-Up and our half-hour look at Paulina Rubio, one of Mexico's hottest imports. I'm Tina Malave. Now, Paulina admits that even though she's mostly known as a pop princess, her musical taste runs a little deeper than that.
Tu química con mi piel hacen carga positiva. Tu química con mi piel hacen carga positiva.
I love Lenny Kravitz and David Bowie and Freddie Mercury and The Doors. I'm a rock girl, actually.
And she was introduced to different musical sounds at a very early age.
I like all types of music. My grandmother used to put me Johann Sebastian Bach. My mom used to put me Rolling Stones. My father invited me to my first concert, and it was Kiss. And I was like 7 years old, and I was like painting on my face and all that, and it was good.
It was so good, in fact, that she included one of Kiss's most famous songs on her new album.
That's a classic. I Was Made for Loving You, and I remember that song when I was little, when I was like 8, 9 years old. I grew up trying to get into the nightclubs, and the only way to express that song was in the aerobic classes and all that.
She now has thousands of fans who eagerly attend her sold-out concerts. And Paulina is not even afraid to revisit her past. In 1998, she reunited with her Timbiriche colleagues and performed for sold-out audiences all over Mexico. And with the release of Border Girl, this artist thinks that American audiences are ready for her type of crossover sound.
I think that in our generation, Latin people needs to express ourselves, and that's why we're crossing right now the border with our music.
This golden girl also expects to follow in the footsteps of some other very successful artists who have made the transition from one language to the other.
I think that Carlos Santana and Gloria Estefan and Julio Iglesias open a door for us, and I think the world wants to hear more Mexican or Colombian or Puerto Rican flavor, and that's why we're doing the things that we like and the things that we love.
And the singer is not fearful of any comparisons to other blonde Latin performers.
I'm never afraid of anything. Actually, I'm very glad to be me and to be expressing the way I am, not just in the color of my hair, but in the lyrics and in the message that I'm singing right now with my music and everything.
Paulina Rubio has been surprising fans and critics alike for almost 20 years, evolving and changing her sound as she's matured from a young girl into a musical powerhouse.
I change every day, and in the present time I'm always changing sounds. I love to make fusion of different rhythms. I think it reflects the globalization of the world.
And she's looking forward to taking her sound to the live stage.
I'm just releasing this album worldwide, and I'm gonna start the concerts worldwide. We're gonna start in Mexico and in USA, and then we're gonna go all over the world.
And Paulina Rubio is one artist who's not afraid to let the public in on her personal life.
All my songs are biographic, so everything that I sing, that I sang before, it's in my life, it's in my memories.
She admits that it's easier to write lyrics during bad times.
When I'm happy, I prefer to be giving concerts and all that.
Paulina Rubio seems to be always on the move. She has homes in Mexico, Spain, Los Angeles, and Miami. And she seems to be just fine with that.
I would love to conquer the world.
Well, I don't know about the whole world, but I do know that Paulina has made some pretty strong inroads into the very competitive American market. Her CD has been embraced by critics and has piqued the interest of music fans. And in case you're wondering, Paulina does admit to occasionally slowing down to practice yoga and go sailing near her home in Miami. We'd like to thank everybody at Sam Goody Music, and thank you for watching. I'm Tina Malavey, and I'll see you again soon on Extreme Close.